I'd give you a little fun little update here. We might call this episode 5. But if you haven't watched the other episodes, go back and find 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to try to keep putting up about one a month until the big event. So those of you that pay attention know that I bought a Webley and Scott made English gun that has the name Army Navy, which was a store that sold stuff to people who were in the military in England, and they had different gun makers make guns and other gear for them. And I had kind of a hankering to have a nice English case to put it in, but 25-inch barrels are not real common. They were developed by the Churchill that bears their name, and so like the AYA is called the Churchill model if it has the 25-inch barrels, and this is an Army and Navy made by Webley and Scott that is the Churchill model. So I want to explain that to you. Most of you that aren't shotgun people understand that most shotgun barrels are 26 to 30. They can be 32, but typically they're in that range, 28 inches to 30 inches, some 26s. A lot of people don't really like the 25s. They feel like they're a little bit short. But I've shot several 25-inch guns, and I don't know why, but they just work for me. I think it's maybe my shooting style. I didn't grow up shooting a lot. I grew up in the South shooting quail, and we didn't know they called it the Churchill style of shooting then, but that's what we used. We point and shoot. Shoot pretty open chokes. So actually when I started shooting ducks and stuff like that, I had to learn to like swing through, sustained lead, all of that stuff. When we were shooting the quail with the Churchill style of shooting, which we didn't know there was even a term for, we just pointed ahead of the bird and shot, you know, whatever we thought was the right distance, and you get pretty good at it. My two roosters are over here. They want to hang out with me, I guess. I got two banning roosters. I hope they work their way around in front of the camera, but if they don't, I'm going to turn the camera around on them here in a minute. They're my buddies, Poncho and Lefty. There we go. I'm not sure which one's Poncho and which one's Lefty. They look identical. They're my buddies. And here is Bella the bird dog. All right, you're too close. I can't take a picture of you. And she leaves the roosters plumb alone, but she's turned into a pretty good pheasant and grouse dog. Isn't that right? So happy. Okay, back as we were. I love my critters. So anyways, I wanted a 25-inch case. I wanted something that was right for the gun, that sort of did justice to it. There we go. Go on, yeah. And I found a guy in Colorado that had some cases advertised on the internet, and he had one 25-inch case that had a Churchill label in it, which really pleased me. But I was sort of scared too, because I was afraid I'd buy it, and he wanted. I mean, the English gun case is going to cost you between $250 and $750, depending on what it was made for. If you find a really, really nice one for a really high-end gun like a James Purdy, it's going to be $750. If you find a old battered one for $250 that's got really rotten old straps, that's a decent deal. This one here, I think I paid $400 for, and the straps are pretty tired on it, but I punched some new holes. I can make new straps if I have to, but the nice thing is it's got the keys that go with it, and anyway, when I got it, I opened it up and I looked like, that gun ain't gonna fit in there. It looks like it's made for a 20 gauge. It scared me a little bit because I didn't want to have to mail it back. I really liked the case. And at the time, my gun wasn't home. It was at my leather shop. So I had to wait 2 or 3 days till I could get down there and get it and get it home. And it fit like a glove. I'm gonna show you the case and the gun here in a minute. Well, then one more thing that I did. So these cases have a label, are supposed to have a label in for the gun they were made for. This one has a Churchill label. My gun is not a Churchill. It's a Webley & Scott with Churchill barrels. It's the Churchill model. And you can buy a label that says Army, Navy and put it in here, but I decided I wanted to leave the Churchill label in here, just sort of honor the guy that came up with the idea of these guns, and then of course the Churchill rib. Let me turn this around and do this for proper effect here. So these are the two straps that go around it. It's got these two little locks. Just push them to the side. There we go. There she is. And this is, I'm gonna stand up here. I'll give you a better look up closer, but this is how the gun goes in there then. It's a toe under case, and that means this stock, the toe of the stock goes underneath the barrels a little bit. Makes so they can make the case a little bit smaller. Barrels go in here in the fore end. Now we're getting some action. I'm gonna bring the camera a little closer in a minute so you can get a nicer look at this. So here is my English case that says Churchill, St. James, London. And I decided I'm gonna leave that on there just to sort of honor the guy that developed this idea of the 25-inch barrels and the Churchill rib. You see that little narrow rib? The idea of the Churchill rib is to make your little 25-inch barrels, your rib appear longer when you sight down your gun. I don't know whether that is even a thing, but I don't know. All I know is it really works well for me. I've been super pleased with this little gun. I'll give you a little better look at the gun here. Army and Navy, made by Webley & Scott. So here's the label there that says Army and Navy. So anyhow, that's my hopes and dreams for October, I guess is the best way to put it. I hope it works out. I do. I've got high hopes. I thought I'd put the gun together for you just real quick for those of you that haven't seen it yet. So you can see what it looks like all put together. I did buy some snap caps. These are just the cheaper ones that you can get at Cabela's. The idea of them is that you can practice your gun mount, and see if I can get back here far enough away that between the cats and the dog and the chickens, you can practice your gun mount, and then you can practice pulling the triggers without hurting your firing pins. So that's how that works. Plus, the other thing you can do is you can let the hammers down on your gun before you put it away so the springs can rest. You just have to put them in your gun. Snap the triggers, then take your gun apart, and you can put it away with the hammers down on the gun, so that way the springs aren't always got pressure on them. The only thing with that is this gun is probably 75 years old, and I doubt very seriously that anybody's ever let the hammers. Most of these old guns have had the hammers cocked on them their whole life, so I don't know that that's really even a thing. But that's what some people feel is important anyway. A lot of English gun cases have a little dealie that keeps your strap from falling off when you take it off. This one doesn't have that. So I don't know if I'll put something on there or not. Oh, I got to show you one other thing real quick though. Check this out. I went on the internet and I was able to find a label with my name on it. So I went ahead and put it on there.